What's up guys, this is Astranox. This is my second account. I'm going to be doing secret shop refreshes. So this is the amount of gold that I have, 236,298,246. Skystones at 8,411. And I will be using 1,900 Skystones. Actually it's 1,899. So which is equivalent to when you buy Covenant Bookmarks. You know, 50 Covenant Bookmarks sells for 950 Skystones in the shop. Right now I am at 150 Covenant Bookmarks and at 2,906 Mystic Metals. So we'll see how many I get this time. I'm gonna have to go through this real quick because, I mean, it does require quite a few refreshes. There's 2 minutes left. Whatever. Let's just do it up. Let's see if I get lucky this time with Covenant Bookmarks. The last one, I actually got quite a bit of Mystic Metals. Ooh. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna buy that. I don't like effect resistance with effectiveness paired together. And, I mean, it's epic, it's good, but it has a flat, and it's the combination of effectiveness and effect resistance. Like I said, I just don't like that. I need to stop at 6,512 Skystones. What was the top? Okay. So I'm doing this to pull. You know, I'm gonna be pulling for Lilius. I'll probably do a summoning video after this one. Should have enough Covenant Bookmarks. I will also do another video covering like my early thoughts about Lilius, but it's gonna be more in depth. It's gonna be second part for it. I'm gonna talk about like team combinations. I'll talk about well, the mechanics, how her skills actually work, multipliers. And yeah, the potential damage is actually quite crazy, but different ways to build her. I'll cover all that stuff. And then later on I'll be doing an actual like guide for her when I have her. I could do a video covering like all the different builds you could run on her. But the thing is, you know, it's not all about her, it's about the team. So I will cover that as well, and actually with the builds for not only herself, but like, it has to be the hero that has high attack. Would have to cover the build for that hero as well, but it's mostly all about like getting as much attack as possible on one of your heroes, and Gunther is definitely the best for that. The problem with this thing is that Gunther, you need a team. Like, if you use him by himself, you don't have attack buff or greater attack buff. You don't have, you know, defense break. Like in my case, I have Martial Artist Ken on my third account, and that's a pretty crazy duo right there. But gear requirement for her is actually quite high. Because initially, like, you can just make her tanky. You know, you could make her speedy, tanky. And then, with quite a bit of effectiveness for her skill 2, and also for the combat readiness reduction on skill 3. But then you could move on to like tanky, speedy, but with also like a bruiser setup with crit damage. Or you could have, you know, a crit chance booster on your team, like a Challenger Domino, let's say. This would allow Lilius to not require so much crit chance, so you could work on the other stats instead. Nice. Also memory imprints. Challenger Domino, she has a crit chance memory imprint. I mean, you're bound to, if you do have her, you're bound to just have it triple S later down the line. Lilias, she has a attack memory imprint as well. But that, I mean, multiple copies of Lilius is not something that most players would go for. There's just so many heroes that can... Ooh. That is... Yeah, I mean, it has health main stat plus defense percentage. There's some offense as well there. Usually when you do stack effect resistance, you're not really going for like offense. It would be on a support. I will still get it, man. Like that's still definitely not a bad piece. Like just crafting a piece like that, it takes so long to get health percentage main stat. And like having 3 substats that are not flat, all like together on a good set is very hard. Problem with effect resistances, you usually don't have a bunch of that on your damage dealers. It's really for supports most of the time. Because if you go with a ton of effect resistance on a damage dealer, your damage will be quite poor. You're just sacrificing too many of the other stats for it. Then you're just gonna hit like a wet noodle. I mean, I'm just going through that. I'm not even you know, calculating how many refreshes I'm doing since the last thing that I got. I'm sure there was some bad streaks in there. Oh, immunity. It's a helm. You know, the substats are not good. Definitely, like, immunity is quite easy to obtain here, like I said in the other video. If you're looking for that second piece, because the weapon, you can get a nice one from the Achates raid. This is definitely the easiest place for it, because Carcanis in Achates drops a helm, but doesn't mean it will drop, and if it does drop, it doesn't mean it's gonna have, you know, good substats. Or you can just go and farm Achates. Yeah, however many Covenant bookmarks I will have, I'll just use all of them on the summoning video for Lilius. The cool thing about Lilius is that she doesn't need so many Molagoras. Like, if you're gonna go for that big burst damage with skill 3 on a 4-turn cooldown, yeah, you can get that -1 turn. get some damage on it. But if you really want to push it, I guess you will max it down the line. But you want to like get that -1 turn cooldown for skill 3 and then 2. That would be the priority, I would say. She is definitely very versatile. Like, you can use her PvE and PvP. Just a fun character. But it's definitely not a selfish hero, and she brings a lot of stuff to the team. A lot of utilities, something that, like, some of the hero reviews I've done in the past, I talk about heroes that are like too selfish. You know, they don't bring much to the team besides just pure damage. Well, she definitely does a lot of stuff. I would have really liked to test her with Martial Artist Ken on my third account, but Covenant Bookmark wise, yeah, it's not there. It's not there, so... thing with Martial Artist Ken is he has attack buff plus defense break on skill 3, 75% chance for 2 turns on that defense break, and plus the attack buff as well is for 2 turns. He by himself is like an enabler for her. Like for her skill 3, she will scale off of his attack, and he will be, if he goes first, he will be attack buffed. Plus, there's potentially some defense down debuff on the enemy team. I mean, it's really hard to gear Martial Artist Ken though, that's the thing. And if you need to throw effectiveness in the mix, yeah, you gotta worry about his survival. Like, you gotta get that 4k attack. I have all that stuff on immunity. And then you've got Sigurd Sight. So if he drops below 50% HP, he's got that, you know, he's gonna lifesteal, but he also has that 25% attack buff, attack increase from Sigurd Sight. Assuming he didn't leech back to full or something with skill 3, which is usually the case though. But that's another way to increase his attack. Maybe the enemy went in between him and Lilius as well. And he dropped below 50% health, triggering Sigurd Sight. 4k attack. Crit chance speed. Yeah, it's not good enough. 4k attack with the attack buff, that's 6k attack. If Sigurd Sight is triggered, that's another 1000. Because we're at the 4000 base plus 25% there. So 7000 attack is not so bad. I mean, if there's defense down that got applied, that would be a really cool setup. It's definitely not for like crazy burst damage. But for only a composition of 2 heroes, that's very powerful. If you're going with Gunther, you need, well, you don't totally need attack buff plus defense break, because his attack is already so high. You could do it with just attack buff. But Tywin, you know, Tywin is definitely a crazy hero. Like a really good hero with Lilius. He's got, you know, soul. If you have to heal his ancient book for 20 souls to soul burn his skill 3, you're able to land defense break on the enemy team, and then attack buff and crit chance buff. Well, don't really care about the crit chance buff on whoever has a high attack on your team. Like, it could be Gunther. And then Lilius would go and damage would be ridiculous. Especially with skill ups. Especially if she's running Rage. Rage set? Wow. 90% of it. She's using 90% of the attack of the highest attack ally in the group. Which is completely crazy. Like, it's not even split. It's per target. Before she got released, I was like, yeah, so that I knew about the multiplier. I knew it was 90%. But then I was like, are they really gonna keep it 90% and not split it? Like, it didn't make so much sense to me because that sounds like extremely powerful. Like, she can carry Aureus. I mean, if you're gonna go pure damage, you're gonna wear Portrait of the Savior on her. Plus, like, if you really want to push it, you're gonna go Rage. Rage set, I mean, that's... I feel like that's even, like, overkill damage at that point. It's just too much. They will be dead already. You don't even need that Rage set. But there's some heroes that are extremely tanky in the game. Prime is, if you're gonna go with Tywin, he is ice and he's gonna be at elemental disadvantage sometimes. Because he deals damage with skill 3. It's not like Lilius skill 2 or Falconer Cleary skill 3. The... You know, that provoke. It's not an attack, so they're not at elemental disadvantage. It's like a neutral element when they use that thing. The thing is, she can soulburn to ignore effect resistance. But Tywin, he can't do that. So you need like a ton of effectiveness. So at elemental disadvantage, you have 50% chance of missing. So he wouldn't land it, but you wouldn't go in there against like a pretty heavy earth team, though. When higher league, it's mostly like dark element, light, ice is very heavy still. With Fire Corvus as well. Thing is, you're gonna need like Bazaar, like Horado, someone to strip their immunity set. Can't really be Bell, ML Bell, because he can only strip one unless you're running him on Illis Violin. Because now after the nerf, he can only strip one buff of the enemy team, and a lot of teams are running Fawn Cecilia on defense. So you have to worry about immunity set plus the barrier. It's 2 RNG. Requires a lot of you know, a full team to make her skill 3 hit really hard when you can just use auxiliary lot plus like your favorite cleaver. Just use I mean, that's the thing though, like much harder to get some of the other setups. Actually, maybe not that much, it depends. Like, Bloodblade Karen is already insane as a cleaver. Paired with auxiliary lots, that's already like a set up of 2 heroes that will just deal so much damage. Could just go double cleave. If you get an extra turn, you're gonna need immunity set. Of course, auxiliary loss plus Judge Kisei, that's insane, but also extremely hard to obtain. Lilias, I mean, she's not a limited hero. I guess I should have checked that helm, but it was only heroic. Item level 70. 3,300. Yeah, not quite. That's 7 sets of mystic metals, I think, so far. That sounds pretty good. But I'm almost done already. My god, I did this pretty quick. I need to stop at 6,512. Have to be picky, man, when you buy items here. If you wonder how to get a lot of gold, you should check my gold guide. It's in the description of the video. If you're wondering how to farm Covenant Bookmarks, check as well in the description. I have a video there. I've been advertising these videos during this video, or you can just also press the top right button. It's like the I letter. There's a list of videos there. It's probably the easiest way to get to those videos. That's, well, it's not so bad. I guess I will buy it. Offense that needs immunity. That was actually pure offense right there. It's not so bad for item level 70. Of course, it's not 85. It's just because it's like all 3 subs are like offensive ones that I went for it. But I guess if they were all high values and I can use all of them, I would have gone for it. If there was HP percentage or defense percentage, I would have gone for it. But if it had effectiveness, I would not have gone for it, because a lot of heroes wouldn't need it, like damage dealers. What happened there? My god. I actually turned off the voiceover. Not gonna go for it because lowest HP percentage, crit damage there. Only 55. Will I get the Covenant Bookmark? A set of Covenant Bookmarks and Mystic Metals this time. Last video for 951 Skystones worth of refreshes, I got both together. That was crazy. But I think that's a really low chance. The thing is, it can happen. But you cannot get more than one of the same style. You cannot have 2 sets of Covenant Bookmarks or more. Same with Mystic Metals, which is unfortunate, because after hundreds and thousands of refreshes, if it was possible, it would have happened. After thousands, yeah, I feel like it would have happened for sure. The odds are not that low to get Covenant Bookmarks, especially from this. Mystic Metals, on the other hand, is harder. I don't know if I could say much harder. It's definitely harder. Almost there. Oh, it's not bad for Covenant Bookmarks so far. I only checked the Mystic Metals, which was 7 sets when I checked a few minutes ago. You definitely want to take breaks when you're doing this. If you're going like for hundreds of Covenant Bookmarks, doing it all in one pass, I mean, is it's gonna be long. Defense, rage. It's a necklace, so I don't like that. It would have to be crit chance or crit damage in most cases, you know. I mean, it's a chess. It's rare. For where I'm at in the game, I'm more picky about this stuff. I guess if you're in dire need of an immunity set, the second piece, you'd go for it. Depending on how many refreshes you're gonna do. I mean, if you know you're in for a few hundred more refreshes, then just wait. Bare minimum buy a heroic with 2 usable substats. Especially if they roll high. Nice. Unfortunately, 55, and anyways, it was a flat main. You can use flat health on low base HP heroes. Tamarine is can definitely use flat health on her necklace. So yeah, I had to turn off the voice over because I'm pretty sure the secret shop vendor keeps on repeating the same phrase. Like over and over whenever I refresh. There might be a sound whenever I do it. The sound volume is so low anyways, I can't hear it right now. If you want to know what, if you want a link to listen or download the music tracks that are playing, they are all in the description as well. If you haven't subscribed yet, I mean, hit that subscribe button. I publish 1 video minimum per day. It's usually 2 to 3 videos for Epic 7. Yeah, way over 500 videos for Epic 7 so far. And I'm planning to play for many years, so company said they have a 10-year plan for this game. So, and I did play Summoner's War. Quite a bit before. Like, this is definitely my style of game. Been playing since well, this is my second account. My first account, I did it on the global release, and before that, the same account, I was playing on the Korean server before it got released in English. I mean, it was all in Korean. Was a bit hard to to play it in Korean But when when I had access to the game in English, it was amazing. Maybe 300 more Skystones worth, like 100 something refreshes. I feel like there was a lot this time. And my gold, what happened to my gold? Yo, I went down over 10 million. I did buy some items, but yeah, bookmarks and mystic metals. Definitely the bigger chunk. And using your phone doing this goes pretty quick. You know, you use both of your hands and you can get ready, press the refresh before you even see the items. I remember like a few months back I was doing this before they implemented the mystic metals in the shop and before they increased the level of the shop, because they increased the account level from 60 to 65. So they increased the secret shop level from 10 to 13, I believe. And brightness on my screen was like quite low. I was filming, I was doing this, and there was an epic piece at the bottom, you know, because the bottom item is like the last one that I really look at. Since the brightness was down, I thought it was not epic. I don't know what I thought it was. Maybe heroic? I was like... Anyways, I don't know what it was exactly. Probably had some flat stat that wasn't speed. That was good there. So 6,512. If you have a good internet connection, it also helps. If you're getting delays, you could spend, well, maybe not twice as long here. Could definitely take a bit longer. Wow. That's good. Yeah, most of the epics have been item level 55 so far. Since the shop level got increased, pretty sure the item level increased as well. Because I remember seeing item level like 40. Ooh, something. Flat attack. So I have attack percentage and crit damage on the sub. Flat attack can be used. It's gonna be 500 attack. 500 attack. If this was attack percentage, it would be 60%. 60% attack. So if you're at 1,000 attack on your hero and you're gonna be wearing this, well, if this is 500 and the other one would be 600, you're losing 100, but I have attack percentage on the substats, so there's that. I mean, it's cool, but flat defense is the problem, and it has defense percentage. Like if it was like it had crit chance in there as well, or speed, I just don't like that. Okay, almost done here. Just 2 more refreshes. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's check it out. So I started with 150 Covenant Bookmarks and 2,906 Mystic Medals. My goal went down over 12 million because I bought some items. Actually, I only bought these 2. That's definitely survival stats better for a piece like that, because damage dealer don't usually run resist set, but still pretty solid. This is immunity set, triple offensive substats. I went for it. And now for how much is that I got. Whoa, what? Oh my god, what the hell happened? I got 205 Covenant Bookmarks. Wow, that was insane. Yo, I got double the value there. Oh man, that was such a good one, because yo, they kept coming up like non-stop. Like Covenant Bookmark, I had some pretty crazy streak there. I was just talking all the way through, but man, I remember some pretty crazy streaks happening. And for Mystic Medals, that 500, so 10 sets. Yeah, that was definitely solid, man. Wow. I can't tell you, like this is 2 sets. This is 2 sets of if you go in the shop for 950. You see, you buy this here. That is crazy. That would have been 100 Covenant. Of course, it did cost gold, but I had chances of getting, you know, some items, some gear, which I did. So I paid extra for that. And like the Mystic Medals, you can't overlook that, especially with a pity on the Mystic Summons now. You know, like there's a countdown, and you reach 0, you got that guarantee pull on the next one. So 201 pull, and you're guaranteed a hero, the Moonlight Natural 5-star hero, which is huge. Definitely insane on that one. Wow. Well, if you guys are doing this, let me know what your results are in the comment section. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Press the bell icon flag to be notified whenever I release a new video. And check out my other videos. They should be showing up on the screen now. Playlists of all sorts. Arena, Guild Wars, Guys Tips, and How-Tos, and Abyss 462 Plus. So check those out if you haven't. And also join my Discord server. We have almost 500 members in here. So yeah, come have a chat. And I'll be doing a summoning video. I mean, yeah, that's definitely quite a few pulls now. Be going for Lilius. Will I hit the pity? We'll see. But yeah, that's really it for this one. Peace out for now, and good luck with all you do in the game.